Hello, black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, black man.
Hello, black man.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Walker from the Walk Show podcast. I am wearing my Hello Black Man t-shirt, as you can see, and I wore it out in public today for the first time. I went to get my hair cut, and my hairdresser immediately commented on the shirt, and she wanted to know what it meant and why I was wearing it. And so, yeah, I got to talk to her about the guided journal, and I actually also have purchased a copy of Hello Black Man for myself and have began working through it. So I was able to speak not only to my conversation with Jamie on the Walk Show podcast a couple of weeks ago, but also able to speak to my own experience with it, which has been awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to send this video out. Have a good one.
Me unlike them. Hello, black man. What is going on? This is Jamie Jenkins. We're back with another little video. And tonight, I'm eating dinner late. But let's talk a little bit about finances, right? Because, hold on. I got somebody that helps me spend my money. Here she is. Hello.
I
Black
have
woman.
your money?
Yeah, you help me. Because I don't spend it right sometimes.
I have no bearings over your financial spendings. Don't even
No, not
how you want to spend. I have no say over that.
no. You definitely have say so. You definitely give me good guidelines. Now, do I always adhere? You know, do I always write myself down like you asked me to? Not yet. But you're very conscious about it, and I appreciate that because I got everything on auto. If the money there is there, if it's not, it's not. But it's coming out one way or another. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's coming out on faith. But you've definitely improved my financial mindset. Like you definitely helped me improve that. Look more long term. Okay, this is the goal. Okay, this is what we're shooting for. Blah blah blah. So it's working out. So what's going on? How you doing tonight, beautiful?
How am I doing tonight? I mean, I don't know if people understand. People that don't have children understand what it's like to have children. Like I could be having the best day ever, right? So when school get out, it's like my daughter is a succubus. Before I even get started, I want to talk to you guys about this exclusive merchandise. This is a collectible item. Nobody has this shirt but me. It is my girl, Young Jules, and it is, his name is flown the coop of my mind. We've interviewed him on the show. God, I can't think of his name right now. I've thought of it the whole time, but now I can't think of it. But anyways, exclusive merch. Young Jules just dropped the EP, so if you guys are not following her, please follow Young Jules. She is an amazing talent from here in Jackson, Mississippi. I never say local talent; I say indie artists because they are going to be big. They are big. They are big to me. Like I support and follow them wholesale. So before we get started, I just wanted to shout out y'all and tell y'all if y'all want one of these shirts, y'all need to let me know because I also have a local shirt artist who makes these. So that's that. But yeah, my day was great until the kids got here, and then there was whining, there was crying, there was what's for dinner, what they wanted for dinner, what they didn't want for dinner, what they wanted to order, what I couldn't order, what I wasn't gonna order. There was drama with Janaya. We made a few t-shirts. It was just all over the place. Like so, but I'm here and I'm happy and I'm excited to see your face. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence.
Okay, well that worked. That makes me feel, a part of the action, even though I'm saying I'm not live and in living color. So that works. That works for me. Let's talk a little bit about money tonight. And like I said, at the old folk, like my dad say, I won't be before you long. Is something wrong with your eye?
I was just thinking about the fact that you're a preacher's son, and I know how that goes in the church. I don't know if it's gonna go the same way tonight, but
No, I think we'll be fine, right? So listen, I'm working around a lot of younger people, and I can say that I'm 40. They're half my age, and I can tell you right now that the younger generation does not. They don't value money the same way we do. They don't. Either they don't know how useful it is, how important it is, and then some people just they are I guess media has done a phenomenal job at being able to acquire people's money, right? Because you see it, you want it, you buy it. See it, want it, buy it. See it, want it, buy it. There's no pain, there's no resistance, there's no saving up for anything. Apply for credit card, apply for loan. I'm buying it, I'm getting it, I'm buying it, I get it, I gotta have it. I need, I got some rims, I need some new rims. And I'm not against anything. Let me be clear. I'm not against the rims, I'm not against Jordans, I'm not against, Prada or whatever you want to wear. I'm not against those things. But but do those things match your income, right? And I know people want to get something nice. I understand. But do those things fall in line with what you really make? And more often than not, people are living outside of their means and they don't even know it. They are paycheck to paycheck and they don't even know it. They feel like you have these small little bumps. You get your income tax here or there. You may work a little overtime here or there. May pick up a little odd job here or there, and they don't feel like they are paycheck to paycheck. I'll never forget. I saw this family. Oh man, it's been maybe 15 plus years ago at a homeless shelter, right? And this was a uh, I don't know who's the perfect family on TV. I guess I don't know, like the Partridge Family. What's the show? What's the show with the Ingalls? Uh, old show.
the only
Little House, Little House on the Prairie.
the Waltons. Good night.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Waltons. Perfect, right? So in come the Waltons into this all black homeless shelter, and I'm thinking like what are they here to do? Like, are they here checking on somebody? Are they from the church? You know what I'm saying? Come spread a little something. These people homeless. And so they come in and they're checking in. I'm thinking like they're just checking on something. They come in and check in. They went ahead, got the little cots and stuff like that. And so like they were kind of back and forth getting stuff to eat, blah blah blah. And so I like, hey, what's going on? What's your name? I can't, of course, I don't remember his name. So we just got to talk. And I was like, hey, I said, I'm just curious, uh, you know, you know, the position you're in, of course, I see a lot of people in. I said, but like in your circumstances, or in your case, like like what put you in the position you're in right now? This guy told me. He says, me and my wife, two good jobs, kids in school. They had two kids. Kids in school, so we buying stuff for the kids. He says, and we're basically living paycheck to paycheck. He says they're middle class, paycheck to paycheck. Two decent jobs, what he said. Two decent jobs. He says uh, his wife got in an accident or something like that, tore her car up, right? And they didn't have enough money to just go out and buy another car. So there's a bill, there's an unexpected bill, $600 to a couple $1,000 to get the car fixed. So now they're borrowing money so she could get back and forth with a rental or something like that, right? And she's not making enough to even cover the rental. She's making maybe $300-400 a week. Rental $200+ a week. Then you got to try to figure out how you're gonna save money to fix the other car. And I think one of the kids got sick, and so now they back and forth with those bills and trying to get that done. And then his hours got cut, and so when his hours got cut, they got behind. Either get behind on the car or get behind on the house. So they was skipping payments back and forth, and he said it just snowballed so fast. He says happened within 6 months. Within 6 months, house gone, car gone, and all the stuff that they were trying to do, those bills are still there now. He just says, what happened first? They want to move, but move with what? They don't have, they don't have enough money to move. They're paycheck to paycheck. And I think she couldn't go to work because the car was messed up, or after it got behind on trying to get the rental or whatever. And so now she's at home with the kids. So now they're down in one income. And now his hours get cut, and now they don't have enough for the car that's being paid for, or the car that's broke, or the house. Lose everything. He says, okay, first thing you do, what you do? Stay with friends and family. They'll just say, why don't they just stay with somebody? He says that runs out so fast. He says because we're a family of 4, right? We're a walking bill ourselves. Lights, water, gas, wherever we go. We're shooting up people's, utilities. He says, and it's just a pride thing. It's hard to stay with somebody knowing you're not really chipping in. He says, and then after a while, people are like, hey, I can give you a week. I can give you another week, and then I got to get back to my life. And that was it. He said it just happened so fast, But I think more people are paycheck to paycheck than they know. Could you go 6 months without any income? And before you make major purchases, that should be a goal. Like, what are you setting aside? What are you setting aside for when something breaks, or you have a huge plumbing problem or stuff like that? So like what you do with me, okay, this is what's going. Okay, increase it. Okay, this paid off. Okay, increase this. It almost need to be a blind reduction that's increasing as you reduce your debt. And I just think there's nothing on people's mind, old and young. Some people are older, and they are just so used to making it that doing anything above and beyond seems absurd. I don't know. Let you talk for a second. What you think?
I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say on this topic, honestly. I am very, as we spoke about in the last episode, I'm very money conscious. I know that, in order to have things, you have to have money. So I try not to spend a lot. I'm a big eater. So like if it comes to good food, yes, I will drain our bank accounts to eat a good piece of veal. But as far as just, frivolous investments and just, spending money to make money schemes. Like I have to see, like, so people will jump into the stock market and not know anything about the stock market, you know. And I don't like that ideology because, like, just because GameStop had this big increase, that doesn't mean that you go take $10,000 out of your bank account that you don't have to jump into that stock. Like I just think like a lot of research needs to go into things. Something that my mother in love always tells me is calculate the cost. So like I just know that, you know, you have to be very mindful and you have to be very thought provoking, and you have to, as much as we like to live in the moment, there is a future aspect of what we're doing because we have children that we have to see through school and, you know, make sure they have transportation, and all of that plays a big role in what we spend money on. So, you know, whereas I'm more focused on the right now, you know, I think that you kind of focus on the future, and I think that we kind of try to balance each other out in that aspect. But we don't talk a lot about finances. Like we've never been really like, okay, let's sit down today. Like, where's your bank account? Where's my bank account? How can we beat this debt down? And that's something that I think I talked to you about recently. Like, maybe that's something we need to do because, you know, making sure that we have no debt, to make sure that we can push forward, to make sure that we're doing what we need to do is vital. It's important to our progression. It's important to our future. It's important to getting these kids where they need to be, because whether we like it or not, they're dependent on us. Like we don't have children who have successfully mindedly decided that, hey, our parents are not responsible for our future. We're going to have to figure this out. So we have to make sure that we're doing the right thing to get them to where they need to be, you know, regardless of where anybody else's mindset is. It's our responsibility to get them where they need to be. So I'm very if you ever come to where I am, I'm always writing down, okay, so this is how much I have. This is what I need to pay. I got like a list. I got a grid. I got a profile. Like, all right, now how much do I need to pay to get this where it needs to be? And I got a little upset today. I can't lie, because the more I try to pay down debt, like the more things come, you know, like just recently, we had to get the cars serviced and make sure that they were both in, you know, working order, and new tires and brakes and things. It's like adulting is ghetto. Like I hate it with a passion, like, because there's always something, no matter how much we try to get ahead, there's always something trying to knock us down. But I think that this year we have to be more intentional, more forthcoming about what we want to do and how we want to get forward in what we're trying to accomplish.
And this all comes from talking. It all comes from having an open conversation. Like, and we tell people we don't have it all together. We don't have everything, you know, figured out. And we're both very financially independent, if that makes sense. You know, you're not saying, hey, can you help me with this? Or, hey, you want to pay this? Or I need help here. Like, I don't think you've ever asked me for anything, other than food.
I never really ask you for food. I'm always like, listen, we're gonna go Dutch, because I want all this on the menu, and I ain't trying to break your bank, but I'm ordering the steak, I'm ordering the lobster, I'm ordering the shrimp, and you like, you don't need all that food. And I'm like, hey, this is my stomach, my eyes. We see what we want. We
gonna ain't finna eat.
Pay for your food. I'm gonna pay for mine. Don't you worry about what I'm ordering.
And ain't finna eat 6% of it. 6%.
At some point in the next 3 days,
no
expires per FDA regulations, I'm going to devour each of these, and I'm going to taste them all tonight.
You're gonna taste them all.
Everything on this menu.
You're gonna order two entrees, three appetizers. You know what I'm saying? Two desserts.
Comments talk about just waste. Well, let me tell you something about that. First of all, you spelled it wrong. I'm gonna be petty tonight because I eat every single thing that I order. Like if I see it, I'm like, ooh, they look good. I'm ordering it and I'm eating it. Don't do me.
She ordering everything to go because she's like, okay, can I get this to go? Can I get this to go? Can I get that to go?
Eat 2 bites of what we get.
I like, why you ordering everything to go? Everything you ordering everything. We just sat down.
Man, talk about something else because you ain't talking about nothing right now.
Oh, $1 million back was just kind of.
Because I don't know when I'm coming back to this place, and I need to know what's on the menu so I can tell y'all what to get the next time y'all come. You know, like don't do me. I like
So to hear does the show wording is hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, budgeting is hard, you know, and I am a sporadic spender, right? But I'm not an overspender. Like I'm not going to buy a bunch of shoes. I'm not going to buy a bunch of clothes. Like probably the last 10 outfits I got, you bought me. Like probably the last 10, 15, maybe 20.
I was literally looking, putting up laundry today, and I was like, why does he have so many clothes? Because like our dresser, so we have a dresser, we don't have a chester, if you guys know furniture. And all of his clothes are in the dresser. I have like these little disposable things that I put my clothes in. And like I'm trying to find room, and like you're on the road. So I packed half your clothes. And I'm like, where are all these clothes coming from? No worries though, babe. I'm throwing 80.
Oh my God.
You got these shirts that you're trying to keep up with, but I am going to get rid of them.
Listen, some of those shirts have probably been with me far too long.
Them Kappa shirts that you done had since you was 9th grade. You don't need them anymore. Them future Kappa shirts, you don't need them.
Man, shut up. Listen, let's get back on track, right? So money. And then most people don't have more than one stream of income, right? Even with an investment, okay, your investment is something long term. Nobody's making $1 million off one stock, 1% shooting up to 10,000. That's a lottery pick, right? Okay, we understand that. But what's your second source of income, right? Like people, for me, I am capable of doing photography. I've done weddings and I've done baby showers and photo shoots and stuff like that. I got a big photo shoot coming up next. I'm super nervous about. So y'all pray for me on that.
Stop saying you're nervous, because every time you say you're nervous, then I get nervous and then I'll cancel it. Like, don't say you're nervous. Be confident. I need you to put your chest out because you that dude. Like, I can't say the N word, but don't say that you're nervous. I need you to be confident because I need these pictures to be from a magazine that's not been created yet. I don't want to say no name of no magazine, but you're gonna do this and it's gonna be great. Like, and I'm gonna be all natural and beautiful.
Gotcha. But most people don't have a second source of income, and so a lot of times when you're heavy laden in debt, a sacrifice has to be made. The second job has to be brought to fruition, right? And people look at me. I've had a second job most of my life. Right? So, working in Nissan, working in Fred's, working in Nissan, laying bricks with my dad, working in Nissan. I've tried to mow yards. I've tried to wash cars. I've tried to, I've done photography, DoorDash. Like, I'm not ashamed. Like, people get into the mindset, oh, you do this, and what you doing that? Like, why are you not doing it? What makes you think that I would, like, if I do want to play around or do something, or go here or there or get some drinks and stuff like that, or treat my friends or whatever I'm gonna do, like I'm budgeting my second income for that kind of stuff, right? New shoes, new controller, PlayStation 5, all that, it can't come out of your bottom line, not if you're really budgeting, not if you're really, pushing money where it needs to be pushed. But people have a lot of pride, Here I am, 43, gray hair, technically a good job. I'm door dashing, and it could be frowned upon. Man, you out here, this is bringing people food. Yes, and I will bring you some napkins if that's what you need.
You want extra ketchup? I told somebody the other day, do you want me to get you this sauce? Because and get you this sauce. If it'll give me a good rating and I can get that promo, Tell me what you want, girl. I got you.
Right. So you may need a second job to pay yourself, and people talk about paying yourself first, and that's one of those things that I think, especially as entrepreneurs, we don't do. You go out, you work, and you don't set something aside and say, hey, this is what I'm worth, or this is what I need to be making. And the other thing is, people should beware of a lifestyle creep. And that's when your lifestyle starts to push up without your income matching it, right? Because you start off Wendy's. I eat Wendy's 3 days a week, right? And then you eating Chili's 3 days a week. And then you eating what's a better restaurant than Chili's? You eating seafood from Shaggy's on the Reservoir 3 days a week. And so you went from $12 to $30 to $60 to $90, and all you're doing is eating. So food, you're just kind of creeping up. Same thing with cars. I have a 2011 G37 Infiniti, and we just got a lot of, I would say, a lot of work done on it, necessary work, just to spark plugs and stuff like that. I have zero intentions on buying myself a new car. Like, nothing is wrong with my car. I'm getting exactly where I need to go. And people say, well, you need something nice. I don't need nothing nicer than being financially free. I don't need nothing nicer than that. Okay, DoorDash. Okay, go get them. Okay, COVID. You like you been around so bad. Hey, what you doing, man? What are you doing? Okay. Jimmy Jones.
This
Okay.
how we pulling other people down right here. Like, this why I be. I be halfway in the skies. I mean, you may not know who I am, but I'll be out there door dashing, bringing you food with extra condiments and napkins. As I was saying.
Listen, I'm not ashamed of it. Like I said, doing photography on the side, events.
Man, I be trying to protect myself from people.
Yeah. Man. But that lifestyle creep, it gets people. If it's going to the Uber, if it's going out, because when we first really met, I was going out a lot. I would say I was going out most weekends, most Thursday, Friday, Saturday, at least once or twice. Going to Johnny T's or going to wherever. And just looking back at it, just spending 60, 80, you know what I'm saying? Pasta to go, blah, blah, blah. You don't realize how fast that money gets away. You really don't. And go ahead.
Go ahead. If you had something that you was trying to make a point about, go ahead. I'll tell my little story afterwards.
Okay. Well, I would just say about a lifestyle creep. Like, once you start doing certain things, if it's hobbies, if it's cycling, if it's, golf, as your lifestyle changes and you pick up habits or hobbies and stuff like that, smoking, cigars, right? Cigars are a popular thing. You're a big smoker, right? You're a big cigar smoker. And cigars cost money. Memberships cost money. If you're going to smoke, you're going to eat, you're going to drink. And you'll find yourself spending $100 a week on cigars and the atmosphere and stuff like that. Oh, this relaxes me. And you broke. And you broke trying to do it. And people think that that's cool, but it's really not, Go ahead, tell your story, then I'll go to my next
one. We're already at 29.33 minutes. Right. Don't take Jamie Jenkins long to run up a clock. I was just gonna say, you were saying that you said something about when we met. Oh, so the night that we met was literally the first time I had ever been out in years. And it was like my 30th birthday. So it was like, I had a few of my close comrades with me. I use the term friends loosely now because, it's so cliche. So, That was the first time I had been out. And then when I met you, it was like I was going out every night so I could come into acquaintance with you because you were out. I wasn't spending no money. I was just out looking. I was like, where you at? Where you at? But yeah, no. So I've never been a big spender. Like I've never had the I've never had the to just spend a lot of money. Like because even as a kid, like I was a child, you know, I was a baby of my family. So like hand me downs was my thing. Like if I could get something from somebody else, like give me that. Like run me those shirts. We wearing the same thing all the time. But I never went out until I started hanging out with you. And so now like so since the pandemic, we definitely have kind of scaled down our going out. But when we do go out, we do try to enjoy ourselves. And there are some nights when we do, there are some days when we do like 22-hour days, but those days are like 20% work, 50% family, 10% enjoying just, you know, being with friends and stuff. So we do a lot, and you know, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of investment, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy, and you know, I appreciate where we are, what we do, and we appreciate you guys for supporting us. So that was my story. I didn't go out until I met Jamie. I didn't know what going out was. The dude was like, I'm gonna be leaving at 10, and I'm like, I'm sorry, 10, like 10 p.m. at night. You gonna leave your house at 10? I'm like, that's what y'all do here in Jackson? Because I've never done that in Natchez. We be at the house by 9:30, and you telling me that you want me to come out of my house where my children are at 10 o'clock? Like it was a new realm for me, but you know, we are where we are.
Yeah, and you talk about kids now accepting hand-me-downs. That's a whole other mentality. That's a whole other cost savings. Cousins giving people shirts. Let me tell you something. My cousins, between Tony, Lonnie, Eric, and Dennis, anything I could get from them, I was beyond excited. Any shirt, t-shirt, pair of pants, shorts, yes, I want them. Yes, no hesitation, right? And so then, you know, it's me and Melvin and Brad. You know, we're in the next little, you know, up and coming or whatever, right? And so no hesitation. Melvin need a shirt. We swap shirts. I need a shirt from Melvin. Yeah, you can get it. You know, it's a new shirt to us. It's only for a day. It didn't make no big difference to us, right? None whatsoever. Now, let me tell you something super funny, and he'll see this tomorrow. So most times when I left Alcorn, coming home for the weekend, I would leave before Willie D. I would leave before. He'd be the one of the last ones to leave. That's based on his schedule and ag and all that stuff. I would just stop by Willie D's mama house. And I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Hey, baby, what's going on? I said, I came by here to stop by here and go on back there. She said, go on back there, get whatever you need. And I get shirts, I get cologne. and then Willie D was like, hey, where you get that shirt from? And then I just wear it 2 weeks, drop back out, get something else. And so like that was Willie D had more clothes at home than he had at school. I had every little shirt I could take to school. I had it. But like we weren't too proud, you know what I'm saying, to maneuver to just, you know, make it through. But now these days, if these kids don't have the latest and the greatest Balenciaga shoes or whatever kind of shoes they use and all that kind of garbage, I mean that comes from adults down. That's where that kind of stuff come from. Another thing is take advantage of your 401k if you have it at your job. Talk to a young lady. I'll talk about this a couple of episodes ago, but young lady, I said, hey, you stay with your mom. You ain't got no real bills or nothing. Like, max it out. Like, what else are you doing with your money? You're 19, 20 years old. Max it out. Punish yourself now. And when you're my age, you're not in here talking to somebody half your age about money, right? Just push yourself right now. The other thing is, you know, if you're going to get into the stock market, think long terms. A lot of millionaires, people that have a lot of money, they do this thing called dividend stocks, where you just hold the stock. It don't go up or down a whole lot. Not a lot of risk involved, but you make money just for holding it. So that's an opportunity there. Start now. Building an emergency fund. That's something that we are pushing toward right now, and it has to be effortless. Before you get your money, that 40 a week or 50 a week goes to that emergency fund. You don't need a card to it. You don't need a check to it. You need to be able to have to go in physically to the bank to get something out. And sometimes they will break the habit of, oh, I got a little money in my Christmas fund. I got a little stuff like this in here. The Christmas fund used to be a big thing back in my mom and them day, having money in a little Christmas fund and getting to the end of the year, and people that's, and what we're doing right now, and you're very, you're very persistent and ensuring that we're, using our credit card and paying it off in full every month versus using our debit card, and what that does for your credit. You can basically build your own credit. You know what you can afford per month, and you're using your credit card and paying the balance off could be a great way to incrementally increase your credit score. And having a great credit score does a lot of things. It saves you a lot of money in the long run, especially if you have to, go and buy something to do something like that. It's just so much more stuff out there, man. Paying off anything. You got high debt, those tower loans. I've been in tower loans. What y'all talking about? I've had that 18, 36, 45, 54% stuff, man. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Like, it's been a struggle. So I know that if you have those high interest loans, pay them off first. And just ensure that you're thinking about what you need to be, doing. Get insurance. That's a huge thing that I think we know about it, but I don't think people our age they rely on their jobs for insurance. You can get fired today and be sick tomorrow. We've seen it. You can lose your job today and tomorrow need insurance, and you don't have any, and then paid up, and then it's out of your spending range to try to get it. Just track your spendings, pay your bills, and be smart and be patient with your money. And that's all I really have, man. Like I said, money is a something that a lot of couples really struggle with money. How do we do these deals? Who's in charge of the money? Who's better with the money, right? I have no problem saying, what you're better at than me. Who should handle the finances, right? It's one of those things where you got to do what works. You got to do what works. If you're a poor spender, then, and you got to have some trust there, right? You can't have your money going into account and you don't trust the person. And you go to buy something and they done bought a brand new saddle for their horse or something like that, and y'all broke. And so, like, those big purchases got to be discussed. At least mention, hey, this is what I got coming up. This is what it's going to take. And like a lot of times, like, you put things in the forefront for me. Stuff that I'm not, may not be tracking as well as you. Hey, we need inventory. This is what I'm about to buy. This is how much inventory we need. This was going on. I need shirts. I need XYZ. And so, whereas somebody like me was like, okay, buy, and then I look at my account like, what I bought? What's going on? You're kind of like, okay, this will be coming out in next week. Next week, look at your account right now. Can we get this? Appliances breaking and stuff like that, like all that kind of stuff. You need to have an emergency fund for that. So money in our community, and how fast we spend it and what we're spending it on, all those things matter, and it matters a lot. So if you got any financial questions, man, drop them in the comments below. We'll try to come back and we'll come back and answer as best we can. Like I said, we're not financial gurus, and this is not financial advice. But these are just some knowledgeable aspects of finance that I think everybody should be abreast to. You got anything else?
I forgot everything I was thinking about. My mind is this long. I got 80,000 things on it. Statistically, lack of commitment is 75% of divorce. Infidelity is 59. Too much conflict and arguing is 50. Arguing, I have a problem with enunciation. It's this countryness in me. Arguing is 57%, followed by marrying too young, 45, financial problems, 36, substance abuse, 34, and domestic violence, 23%. I'm surprised that domestic violence has had such a low number of, because when I think of domestic violence, I think that it could be many levels of violence. It doesn't necessarily have to be abusive, like beating. Like domestic violence comes in many different forms for me. But as far as finance goes, yeah, we have a lot to work on. We have a lot to discuss because it hasn't been at the very forefront. He do him, I do me. And I'm very adamant about making sure that I am showering him with gifts of appreciation and making sure that he knows that he is valued. I definitely like to take the check sometimes to let him know that he doesn't have to do everything. He doesn't allow me to pay a lot of bills, but if I could, I would, just because we are separate but equal. And I don't ever, I'm the type of person because, like I said, before we've been married, so I don't ever want anybody to hold anything over my head and be like, I did all this for you. And it's like, you gonna act, and I don't want him to feel the same way about me. Oh, I've been paying these bills and I've been over here, footing this and footing that, and you gonna go out here and do this. Like, those are things that we don't want. So therefore we try to stay afoot and try to stay ahead of those things. I don't have much more to say. We already been on 42 minutes. He said it's gonna be 30 minutes. He don't do nothing but tell stories.
All right. Listen. Listen. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a phenomenal show. Like I said, just discussing stuff with you openly, honestly, always brings about things that we can talk about a little more in depth, and our finances and what we're doing financially. Hey, we see it. We'll work on it, going forward. We hope that you all do the same. This has been Hello Black Man. My name is Jamie Jenkins. This is Patrice, and we're out. See y'all later. Hello, Black Man.